Okay, we're finally back to work again on John Deere 410 Loader Backhoe. Today we're going to be changing out the oil and the transmission and hydraulic system on this model of backhoe. It's all the same, and so that makes it pretty easy to get changed. This backhoe holds just over 20 gallons of oil, but from what I looked up, the transmission will only have around 10 gallons in it because the rest of the oil is in all the cylinders and all that stuff. So we're hoping that's going to be true, and we got a few drain pans. I don't think we can get a full 5-gallon bucket under this because it sits too low. So we're going to try our luck here with a couple pans, and we're going to use our shop vac. It's a wet dry vac, and if you pull the filter and stuff out of it, we've used it before. For oil, we changed oil in the Formula 560 one time. Had a bunch of water in the system, and we used a vacuum to actually suck all the oil out of all the hydraulic lines. And it worked out really well. So hoping to try to use a vacuum here and try to pull out as much oil as what we can. And we're going to replace both filters, the hydraulic filter and the transmission filter. And then we're also going to pull out the filter screen and look it over and see what it looks like. And I'm hoping we don't have to replace it, just clean it and get it put back in. So before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below. And let's hope this goes smooth. Turn my vacuum cleaner on. Looks like we're about done. I can just loosen that and just let it drain slow. Well, I might just let all this stuff drip out for a while. Because like the other one's dripping, and if it's kind of running off a good stream of dripping, I might as well just let it do that instead of plopping it off into everything. I'll just turn this to time lapse. That's fine. Time lapse of oil dripping. That's quality content.
Later.
Well, everything's still dripping a little. Does it never actually stop? 150 years later, it's still dripping. Oil in there and your thing. Great. That's a part of this show where I dump oil on myself. What'd I tell you I'd do?
Drop an oil bucket.
Drop it in the oil bucket. You know that's what I'm going to do. I try not to. Okay, there it is. That actually worked way better than what we thought it was actually going to. Watch out. We'll go ahead and get this oil dumped in our buckets. That's how good this would have worked. We would have good quality vacuum cleaner. Okay, we got the oil all drained out, and next I'm going to go ahead and pull apart or fill the canisters, and there's a O-ring downside that I want to get replaced, and then I'm also going to put new O-rings on the canisters themselves, make sure they seal up properly. Okay, I got both of the filters right here, or the filter canisters, I guess I should say. And both these filters are actually the same filter, and the housing is just a little bit different. And I'm gonna go ahead and show here how these come apart. There's a snap ring right into there. I don't know if my snap ring pliers, I don't know if they're small enough. Let me try these here. Yeah, I don't think these are going to work. One last try here. Okay, I'm just wasting time.
A few inches later.
Okay. Now that snap ring out of there, this bolt can be pulled out, and now all this stuff here can come out. Now, what I need to do is get this O-ring here replaced, because I figured I might as well get it replaced while I'm already in here and get oil changed. And might as well just do it and just be done with it. And then this right here is where your O-ring's at. As you can see, it just tucks right down to here. It should just pop out. Now, I did not order these O-rings from John Deere, but the local hardware store should have these. I hope he has these in stock. So I need to go run there in the morning and get new O-rings. And then my O-ring here that goes on the canister itself. They should be in from John Deere here in the morning, and I should be able to get those put on. So I guess it'll be the next day for me, but a quick scene change for you. Okay, wait a minute. I just was cleaning up these parts, still the same day. I just now noticed there is a O-ring right here on this bolt. So that looks like the same O-ring that I pulled out of the other spot. Looks like same O-ring, but it's more smashed. So I'll get four, because I got 2 canisters. I have 4 new O-rings here in the morning. So let's try this one more time. It'll be quick scene change for you, next day for me. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back here next day, and I got my O-rings picked up here at the hardware. And I got 4 of those because it takes 2 per canister. And I also got my 2 seals here that go on top of the canisters here. And those came in on John Deere this morning. So I should be completely set to get this finished up and get this all put back together. So I'm going to go ahead, get this cleaned up, get all that grease buildup cleaned off of it, and get it ready to go back together here. Okay, just got all this cleaned up, completely degreased and wiped down, and I went ahead and got my other parts here all cleaned up too, and I'm probably going to start here with putting the O-ring here down inside this, and then getting the O-ring put here on my bolt, which I forgot to clean. Okay, and how all this goes together is you got your bolt goes through there, and then you have your spring that goes in, and then you have your washer that goes on top of your spring, and then this here goes on top of everything else. Well, be careful putting this on so you don't mess up your new O-ring. It makes a tight seal and a little bit harder to get past the threads here. And then once that's on, then you put on your snap ring. Okay, for putting the snap ring in, I actually got borrowed a pair of snap ring pliers. However, these have been at a 90-degree angle. So I'll see how these work. It's kind of hard to get down inside here, but it's definitely going to help getting these put in. You're going to want to just push that down so it compresses that spring and gets locked into its groove properly. It's a fairly tough spring, so you gotta push on pretty decent. And I believe that is it. Okay, got one done here. Doing this second one here, it is exactly the same. So I'm gonna go ahead, do it real quick, and we can get these put back in. Okay, just got this one here finished up, and here are a couple ideas. I had an awful time getting this. I don't know how well you can see down in there. I had an awful time getting that snap ring taken out of there. If you have snap ring pliers that are straight and not 90 degree, you probably have no problems at all. But I didn't have access to those, and I ended up trying to use these and went at about that direction and got it just kind of put between the 2 snap ring ears and got it spread apart enough just to get up. There is that spring that's behind that cone, and that does help push it up. So as soon as you get it loose, it does actually want to push up and it comes out of its groove. which is a huge help. And so it kind of gives you an idea of, just to get that taken out. And when it comes to getting this put back in, it's holding your hand down inside there and get that snap ring pushed down, because you have to press that cone down and compress the spring down to get it snapped into place. And I found out I end up using these sockets. These are just a 1/2-inch drive sockets, and you can drop them in there, and the back side is small enough it presses on all sides of the snap ring. So I just drop these in there, and then put this in here on top, and then from there I was able just to push on it, and it pressed that spring down, put the snap ring into place. So that was way easier than trying to get your hand down there and trying to get a snap ring pressed down. So just a little bit of a tip that I just found out myself. So I guess now that these are both done, I can go ahead and get these put into the backhoe. Okay, we got both filters put in, and got all the new O-rings put in the canisters, and the new seals all put in, and we should be good to go. We did not get around to getting the screen clean for the transmission, but we'll get that when we put oil in the transmission and the hydraulic system. So make sure you subscribe and don't miss that video. It's going to be coming up. The oil that was drained out was actually quite clean looking. It looked a lot worse when it was in the containers and when it was in the vacuum. The vacuum cleaner had a lot of dust and stuff in it, so it made sense it was going to make the oil look pretty nasty. But with the oil drained out of there, you can see it's quite clean looking. No water at all that we could see, so that was really good. No metal chunks fell out, so that's even better news. So we'll inspect a little bit further when we pull the screen out with the transmission, make sure there's no metal shavings or anything, which I really hope not. So we'll get a closer look then. But until then, it's probably going to do it for right now. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below, and I'll see you next week.